I took my own advice and I got myself a microphone. So hopefully the quality of my sound is a lot better than it used to be, because it was pretty rough there for a while. So for those of you guys who stuck around with the terrible audio, thank you. Toki is not so happy, but today I was reading my book and I was staring at my monstera. I took a bunch of cuttings for my mother-in-law when she was here this past weekend because she wanted some cuttings of my monstera. So she's looking a little bit bare, but I was staring at her and I'm like, I really need to clean those leaves. So I thought about just starting and doing it, but then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take you guys along with me because, it's part of my plant chores. So let's go. I have my, I wrote on here Bug Be Gone, but it's neem oil, it's Dr. Bronner's castile soap, and some essential oils mixed together with some water. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and spray my plant leaves down with this. It's not as dark as I was thinking it was going to be. Maybe I should have put a little bit more neem oil on it, but I'm not worried. We're just going to go ahead and spray down the leaves and wipe them down with a microfiber cloth. I have this little towel here. And yeah, let's get going on that. She's looking a little better. I did, like I said, chop a bunch of this plant for my mother-in-law, but I have also put in the cedar wood plank. I liked the look of the dog ear at the top, so yeah, not sure if you'd be able to see that, but we got this new leaf since putting it on the plank, and overall, like, this plant just looks a lot happier now that I have chopped it back a little bit. That sounds crazy, but it almost seemed like there was just so much going on for it to handle that it was struggling, because now these leaves look a lot nicer. I just can't wait for it to kind of fill itself back out since cutting. But yeah, I'm just gonna go through and take care of these leaves. Some of them are so dusty that I'm actually like, I need to whip myself for, because it's kind of embarrassing. Not gonna lie, it's pretty embarrassing. I'll actually get you guys a little close-up of it here in just a second. Alrighty, so this is what I am talking about. Look at the amount of dust on that. Oh my god. Y'all, like, that's just not okay. That is not okay. But these are the shiny ones that I've done already. I still have to do this one, but it is so bad that you can tell which ones I've done and which ones I haven't done. Oh man. Like I'd done this one, but because I was doing another one on top, the dust kind of fell back off. So I'm gonna have to work from the top down. It's that bad. And then I'll probably give this one a nice water. Some of these leaves look like they could use it, but yeah, maybe let me know in the comments down below what you guys think I should do. Should I chop it down even more in like a week or two, or should I just leave it be for a little longer? Because I want these smaller ones to be bigger leaves. Like this one's nice, but like this one is a really small leaf, and I want some of the holes to come back. I want massive leaves, and I know I need more light. I am aware of that. So that was what I was talking about with the dog ear on the top. But maybe someday I can get myself a Soltech light and put that over here, and then, you know, put this plant on the ground. Right now, I just use this thing as storage underneath for kids' toys. But yeah, like eventually I'd like to have a very nice looking monstera, and we are on the way to that. It's just gonna take a little bit more time. I'm just going through and also wiping down the stems, because if you could imagine, they're like just as dusty as that leaf that I showed you. I feel like some of y'all are gonna come for me in the comments for how bad I let this get, but that's what happens when you have a kid, I think. Like, you don't mean for it to happen, and then it does, and then you're like, why would I let this get this bad? And then you wonder, you know, like, how did I not see it get this bad? But yeah, you know, I'm getting there. Slowly but surely, I am getting there. And with spring right around the corner, this is like the perfect little, like, pick me up for this plant. I'm sure she's going to be so thrilled about it. So a little bit of a life update as I am doing my little plant care here. My husband and I are going to be starting on our basement soon. Our basement is unfinished, so we have plans of finishing it and putting, you know, 2 bedrooms downstairs and maybe a bathroom, and then obviously like an open area for more lounge space or kids' toys and whatnot. And so this summer, I'm gonna get really into like thinking about how I want to set up my plants down there and whatnot, because that's probably going to be one of the other main spaces I am going to be taking over. And we've got like some beautiful south-facing windows downstairs, so I'll be able to really like help some of these plants out that don't necessarily get as much light as they should be getting. So maybe this plant might not even stay here and it might get moved downstairs. I'm not really sure yet, but I love the idea of having another space with a lot of light. Ooh, this one's gonna be a good one. Did I just do this one? No, I don't think I did. There's no way I did. But yeah, so if you guys want me to, I can maybe incorporate that in some of my videos somehow, of us like getting the basement ready for us to move down there. My husband and I will be taking over the basement, and the girls will have their own spaces up here, because I don't know, I think that it's safer for them to be upstairs, and I don't know. So that's one of the reasons why our bedroom up here isn't even like finished. We haven't even put anything up on the walls really. It's very bland. A lot of this house is very bland, and that's kind of the reason why, like, we have so much more space available once we get the basement finished, and then I can think about, you know, like what holes I'm gonna put in the walls for drilling and whatnot. So that's one of the reasons why I haven't really felt like this house is home yet, because I just know that there's so much more potential to it, and I don't want to make any full commitment, you know, to a hole in the wall until I know that that's exactly where it's going to go. So I don't know. Well, some of these leaves are wacky because of how they were sitting up here and how they're pressed against this shelf here. But I don't know. I've been doing a lot of reading lately, so if you guys have any book ideas, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what you guys like to read. I am a big thriller girly when I first started reading, and then I really got into like fantasy and romantasy and some of that kind of world. So right now I am working on finishing Kingdom of Ash, which is been so good. Like, I had to pry myself from that book just to do this because I just wanted to keep reading. I am probably going to be able to finish that book today, if I give myself enough time to. But I wanted to get started on this because I think this plant would really appreciate it. And I think it would look pretty with some nice shiny leaves, especially after chopping it back so much. I think I got like at least 5 good cuttings off this plant, and each one of those cuttings had about 2 leaves, maybe 1 to 2 leaves on it. So yeah, this plant could appreciate some extra light. It probably wasn't getting any light at all, and that's why I was getting such small leaves, because of all this dust that's caked up on it. But I am coming out of hibernation, y'all. This mama bear has been in hibernation for too long. And now I want to say hello to the world again, I guess. You know what? I don't even know if you can see me. Yeah, no. I guess I'm just coming out of hibernation. And I did not introduce this video. So, hi. Or, hey, happy hearts. Welcome to my channel. My name is Kylie. If you are new here, welcome. If you are not, welcome back. Today, we're just gonna take care of this plant here. And then, ooh, this plant's yellowing. I want to chop her off. She's not looking too hot, but she hasn't been looking very hot. Ooh, just ripped her. She hasn't been looking very hot for a while. So we will see. There's no pest, so I bet you it was just dried out. It was one of the leaves that got too dry. Okay, so I did both of these. All these leaves are really tangled up in here, so I'm also trying to untangle them just a little bit as I go. Now I got leaves in my face. I'm okay with it. I like leaves. Okay. I think I'm gonna bring you guys a little bit closer just so you can see that one leaf come clean. You know which one I'm talking about? I think you do. Alrighty, so this might be the best angle I can get you guys at to see the transformation of this lovely leaf back here. Microfiber towel is getting pretty dusty, so I'll have to come back and do this again after like a day or so, once it's settled, once the dust has settled. But now she is a nice shiny leaf again. Woohoo! Okay, I just have a few more and then I will be done. I think I might cut off those 2 leaves down there is because they are already being a little yellow. And they look like they're on their way out anyway. So I think that's where I'm going to be leaving it, y'all. All right, so I don't know how big of a difference you guys will be able to see, at least not this far away, but I think up close you guys could really get a good look at what it was looking like and what it looks like now. So I think it's a very big upgrade, and I think it's going to be extremely happy about the extra sunlight it can actually receive at this point, because I mean, it probably wasn't able to get anything with the amount of dust that was caked onto it. So here's to hoping we get some bigger and better leaves now that this monster has been kindly cleaned off. Whenever I decide I'm going to be doing something else, I will take you guys along with me, of course. I was continuing... Ooh. I was continuing on with my plant chores as far as getting ready for spring, wiping down leaves and whatnot. And this is the Monstera elbow that I've had for quite some time, and I have decided to chop her back because I'm not getting any elbow from these leaves here. So I don't think I will actually get any elbow at all. But instead of having 2 Monsteras and growing out just green ones, I thought I would chop her back and maybe, just maybe, get some white variegation. I don't know. Hold on a second. So I've got my shears, my nippers, whatever you want to call them. I should probably clean these, because I don't know what I chopped up last. It is such a gloomy day out today, like disgusting. So I am going to be doing sulfur treatments on my Hoyas today. So stay tuned for that, because I'm going to be doing that. Especially, I mean, you want to do the sulfur treatment at night because you don't want the leaves to burn, but because it is, ew, there's a little fungus gnat over here. I'm wondering if the roots are rotting on this plant. Maybe I'll chop her all the way back. This was just a alcohol wipe. So yeah, I don't really want 2 green Monsteras, so I don't know. Maybe I will propagate this plant. Maybe I won't. Yeah, there is a fungus gnat over here, and the soil is dry. This one, I mean, it's an old leaf, so I kind of assumed it was just dying off, but maybe I'm having some root rot going on. Okay, I'm gonna bring you closer so you can see kind of, you know what? Let's just take this thing out, because since it doesn't need support anymore. Okay, we'll bring this closer so you can see what we're working with. So just ever so slightly, there is some white down here. Now, I do not think I will get to have white variegation on this green Monstera. But we're just gonna go ahead and chop her up. And I don't know, do I want to save this? A part of me doesn't want to save it just because I don't want more green Monstera. I'm gonna check the roots in a little bit. Just because I feel like it might be rotting.
But yeah, so we chopped it back so that way you guys can see just the white that's there. Maybe we'll get a new plant. I mean, a new leaf to grow with some white. But I also am worried that this leaf is going to die off. So I think I might take it out. Okay, but now that we've done the chop on that one, I'm going to go ahead and clean the nippers again, the shears, because I have another plant I want to chop, not because it needs it, but it's so slow growing that I just want to make more of it so I get more opportunities for a leaf to pop out. So we'll just toss that leaf over there. Toss that plant over there. Okay. This baby, we are going to go ahead and chop my Thai constellation plant. Yeah, let's chop her up because I just think it looks a little funny. The first leaf that comes up out of the ground is like a few inches from the bottom. So I think it's just because I've killed some of the leaves. I don't know, but we're just gonna start this plant over, okay? Yeah, I mean, there's kind of a bump for a new leaf, but I don't think that I'm going to ruin the new leaf, especially because we've had such gloomy days lately that I don't think the new leaf would be any bigger than this one anyway. So yeah, let's chop her up. We'll go ahead and get myself out of the way. If you hear Kinsey, I apologize. She's trying to be real noisy today. It has kind of rooted itself up. Hold on, I gotta figure out what I'm chopping here. Okay, I chopped the, oh, I'm going to be killing off this one. Whoops. My mistake, I didn't get the aerial root in with this one. She just biffed it. But okay, I didn't get the aerial root in with this one. So yeah, we'll probably lose this leaf right here, this bottom leaf. Oops, I wasn't really looking. It was kind of hard to see. A challenge, okay. So we're gonna pull this one out. There is a node down here as well for this leaf. So I should be able to get root growth from this plant. So yeah, I have 3 cuttings of this Thai constellation. I don't think I will be keeping all of the leaves. I think some of them will probably die off on me because of how I cut it. Don't copy me. That was pretty awful. But yeah, I'm going to propagate it in water. So I'm gonna let these cuts dry a bit before I go ahead and put them in water. I'm gonna also take the base here and I'm gonna see if I can't get a monstera leaf to grow in because I just watered it. So I'll pop it by the window or a little closer to the window than what it has been, and maybe, just maybe, we will get another leaf to form. I don't know highly doubt it just because I can't see when to water it. But if I water it about once every week and a half, it should pop back up. I mean, the roots, we'll see. I don't know, we'll try it. So please ignore the mess in the background. It's life. I have kids, so it's never going to be completely cleaned. So let's go ahead and okay. Well, I just looked at the roots. They look to be fine. They don't look to be rotted. So, I think this plant was just kind of stressed out due to my daughter digging her hands in here and trying to play with the dirt. So, yeah, I will just go ahead and thoroughly water this and then keep your fingers crossed that I didn't just doom this plant, right? I have to be extremely careful. I just mopped the floors yesterday, so I don't want to make an even bigger mess. And I'm also going to put this plant, you can barely see me. I'm also going to put this plant in higher light just to try to give it the best shot at giving me a variegated leaf. I don't really know, you guys. It started out as a chunk because I had a Monstera elbow with one elbow leaf, and that leaf died off. So then I cut it up and I kept the chunk and thought that maybe I would get a elbow leaf, and so far it has not worked. So I will keep my fingers crossed, but if this chop does not work, I'm just going to assume that I wasn't meant to have an elbow, at least not right now. So keep your fingers crossed with me, because maybe with all of us crossing our fingers, we might actually get a fancy leaf. But the next thing you will see me do today will be the sulfur treatment, but I'm gonna do the sulfur treatment after both my girls are napping, so that way I can, you know, keep them out of what I'm doing. That's not something I want them around me for. As far as my propagations go, I'll probably stick that one in here, maybe in the smaller jar, and then I'll put that one, put these two together. Can I put them all together? I feel like that's gonna be a bit much, but maybe I can fit them all together. Boop, boop. This is gonna be a challenge, you guys. Where's that? Okay, there's a root, and there's a root. Oh yeah, this might not work, you guys. And this is gonna be too small if I try to put all three of them in there. Okay, 1. 2. 3. Okay, maybe this wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. But now this one won't stay. There. Okay, we'll just put them all in one, and then I'll just keep an eye on it to make sure that it doesn't fall over. But I'm gonna let them dry just a little bit longer, and then we'll go ahead and put water in here with probably some Super Thrive to get the root growth happening. So yeah, I'm hoping this was a good idea. I'm really scared that I just doomed this plant, but with the springtime kind of around the corner, I thought, why not start this plant completely over, especially because I wasn't always like gravitating toward it. I was just not very happy with how it was looking. And I think three plants in total would be more than enough. If I were to have to cut it 4 different spots, I probably would not have kept all 4, just because I want it to be like a full plant, but I also don't want to be overwhelmed by it either. So I think 3 is a good number. I wouldn't do any more than that, at least not for me, for my own preference. So yeah, I'm excited to see where this plant will go for this summer/spring. We'll see. So keep your fingers crossed for this one, because I'm a little bit nervous that I did that. I only have my electric sprayers, so until that thing dies, that's what we're going to be using, because I don't have one of those really nice ones that like you pump and then you spray. I wish I did. I have my watering can that I could probably use. Maybe I should use that. I don't know, but I thought about it. I think I want to do all of my Hoya, including the ones that are on the Hoya shelf of mine, because I think, like, I have not introduced any more Hoya into my collection since I did the first sulfur treatment, so I don't have to worry about like more flat mites, but I do want, like, I don't want to have to bring these ones into my collection, and let's say there is flat mites in my other ones, then I have to treat everything all over again, and I don't want to do that. So I'm thinking I might just do them all, every single Hoya in my entire collection, and keep my fingers crossed, because I mean, it has its benefits. So like, the sulfur is actually kind of like a, I don't know what the word is. It's going to benefit the plants regardless. It's not going to harm the plants if I have to spray them all, but I'm going to really deeply spray these ones. And then for the rest of my plants, I'm just going to kind of do a little dusting of the spray. So I'm not going to get too deep into it with the other ones, but these ones, because they've had issues in the past. And yeah, I don't need to explain myself. I think you guys understand. So let's get right into it, because it's going to be a while. And yes, I am doing it inside. It is raining outside, like I've said, and it's too cold outside to bring my plants out there, but the next time I do this treatment, I should be able to bring them outside and do the treatment out there, because hopefully by then it'll be warm enough. And I don't know about the sun, but yeah, like the best time to do it is when there's not a bunch of sun. So doing it outside, and yeah, I don't know. We're gonna try it though. So let's get into it. So I've said this before once, that I have done the sulfur treatment once before, and look at this, some new leaves, or you've seen this one, but there's that one that's coming in, so cute. There's some leaves over here. I'm gonna really try my hardest. What is that? Did I break those? I must have broken them, because that they look like mealies. Oops, sorry. They wipe away. So I broke something on it. Oops. And as you can see, them being in this tote for so long, all of the new growth is being bent. So I cannot wait to get them out of the tote. This one is growing like crazy. It hasn't been too long since I chopped this. So, yeah, none of these plants need to be really watered, but the sulfur treatment will definitely help. And then I'll definitely have to clean my tub. Look at that. That's so gross looking. It's because they're in the tote where it's way too humid. And it's not getting enough circulation is what I'm thinking. But look at this massive leaf on this one. Oh my goodness. 2 growth points there. I'm so excited about this. I cannot wait to have these plants back in my collection all the time. Look at that growth spot right there. This mama is excited. Wonder if that's a petuncle on that one. Maybe. I got a very small leaf coming in right there. My Hoya fuensis is finally putting out some leaves. And this has shot out like since you guys seen this plant last. So that's really exciting. Like, look at all of these new leaves. I mean, these plants are doing absolutely wonderful in this tote. And they're going to have a rude awakening once, look at that. Baby leaf, oh my gosh. Okay, I have to stop show and tell because we'll be here all day. I can't help it though. Look at all the growth right here. This is a new leaf. Oh my goodness. Okay, last show and tell for this. These are the 2 leaves that were coming in on my polished spot. They were just itty bitty when I showed you last time. So, yeah, like insane. I cannot wait to bring these into my full Hoya collection. But until then, they need to be treated. Okay, so that is all of them. Now we can go ahead and spray. I used a jug, and as you can see, it settles at the bottom. So you want to make sure you stir it, or not stir, but you really shake it up. And then I'm going to pour it into my spray bottle, and then I'm going to throw on my gloves. All right, actually I should probably throw my gloves on before I pour it. Okay, last shake. This is also going to act as like a, what do you call that? It's going to benefit the plant not only just to kill off all of the potential pests, but it's also going to give them extra nutrients for growth. And a lot of people have said that using a spray bottle like this has clogged it, and I believe it to be true. So just be careful if you use a sprayer like this, that you might ruin it. I am I mean, I'm not expecting it to happen, but I am keeping my, you know, my mind open like that it could happen. So yeah, and then we're just gonna go ahead, take each plant and spray all of it down. You want to get the bottom of the leaves kind of like where the leaf meets the stem. And then once you get it halfway decent, then you can move on to the next one. If you see fungus gnats flying out of here, don't be surprised because I have been seeing them a lot. So I'm gonna get the top of that one more time. Okay. All right, so now that these are all done, I'm going to actually let them probably air dry for a bit. I shouldn't touch this with my hand, but knock some of that off. But yeah, I'm gonna let these air dry for a little bit before I pop them back into the tote. And then I will go ahead and move on and do some of my other Hoyas. I'll keep you guys out of that though, because I don't want this video to be a whole video on just treating my Hoya. But just know I'm gonna go do all of the rest of them. And then when I'm done, okay, this is a key if you're gonna use a sprayer like this. When I'm done, I'm going to rinse this bottle out completely down here at the bottom. And then I'm going to run an entire bottle full of just plain water. That way I don't ever have the buildup just, you know, drying on the inside. So it is the next day. Yes, I turned on the lights and I did get those clips just this morning. So everything is dry. I'm gonna have to wipe down the plant shelves again. But yeah, I mean, there's drips of sulfur all over those shelves. But as you could see, I did also treat my philodendron that are on that shelf. I don't think they're going to stay on that shelf when I bring out the rest of the Hoya from the tote. After my second treatment, this time I'm holding myself accountable to make that second treatment because, yeah, I failed miserably with the last time I did it. And if I'm remembering correctly, I think I only did one treatment and I didn't do a second treatment, which is why I'm back in this boat where I have to do them all and then do them all again. So yeah,
I am holding myself accountable. I'm going to try to film the second batch of them. Obviously, I don't really want to bore you guys with too much, but maybe if I like time lapse through it all, maybe it'll be a little bit quicker. I don't know, but I'm really excited to finally get those Hoya out of that tote. They've been in there for a couple years now. Definitely since we first moved in here, so it's got to be like going on 3 years, 4 years now they've been in that tote. They were severely neglected, so a lot of my plants are starting to finally grow like they should, just because I am giving them a lot better care than what they were receiving for a long time. Yeah, my energy levels are so much better now. You guys, it's insane. But yeah, I just wanted to close out this video because it didn't get a official closure. So let me know in the comments down below if you guys enjoyed the fact that I finally have a microphone now that you can sound, or like you can hear my video so much better. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this like week and a half. Yeah, actually it's been about a week. So let me know if you guys enjoyed this like weekly sort of thing. I won't be able to do it every single week, but maybe once a month I could go around and just take you guys along with me to do some planty care things. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!